Krang, it's fucking a big blue shit.
Yeah.
You will pay. The fuck?
Go to Wendy's and get me a Frosty. You useless fool.
You know, that's one thing that like no Turtles movie ever addressed is Krang, and why the fuck not?
I can get like the early on movies because I was like, they're doing this like puppetry and whatnot. And Krang's just probably gonna look like shit. So, all right,
Maybe.
I kind of get it.
I don't know. I bet they could have done it.
Maybe, but
At least allude to it, you know.
Yeah. Like I
Just like have like the giant like what was the human thing that Krang went in? What was that called?
just
The
refer to
body.
it as his body or his Krang suit or whatever it is.
Yeah, whatever. So just have someone dressed up in like a body suit like that with like, it doesn't have to be like Krang moving and talking and shit like a puppet. It could just be like at the end after they kill Shredder, like they look up and there's Krang in the human like body like giant like looming on the horizon and shit and they're like, "Oh, fuck."
Mm.
So like, okay, we eliminated one threat, but now there's another one.
Right, but Jesus Christ. No, the first movie though was based off the comics, and like that first issue of the comics, there's no mention of Krang, there's no mention of like any of that shit, and like no Technodrome, no anything.
True, but if you're going to do a sequel, I think that's a good way to set it up. And a good way to introduce Krang, too, to get a very important character into the series.
I mean, there was, I'm trying to think, like there was like a Krang like creature in the comic books though, but it wasn't called Krang. It was what the fuck was it? It was the Utrons. But they were like little brain squid alien things, but they were they were allies with the turtles.
Hmm.
And like, there was even like a little joke in the 2003 series that like all the Utrons are running out of some place that's gonna like self destruct, and one of them's like freaking out, the other one's like, "Calm down, let's just get out of here, Krang." So I was like, all right, there we go.
Yeah. See, I don't know. I kind of dig the 90s cartoon canon. I mean, I know that, some people will prefer the comic books, but I grew up really with the cartoon series from the 90s.
Yeah, I mean,
It's kind of the canon that I dig.
Well, dude, I grew up with that as well. Like, I have the fucking DVDs as well, but
So that's the only reason why I would take that approach is like because I really dug those characters and how they
right.
That was kind of an interesting villain, really.
Right, but I'm saying though, like if you're gonna use the characters from like that animated series and whatnot, I'd say you know what you can do it. I say let's just bring in like that darker tone that like the comic books and that first movie had,
Like an adult version of the kid series. Kind
yeah,
of.
like one of my I don't know if it's like premise or the word that I'm looking for, but one of the one of the reasons I wrote the script was like, you know what, man, I want to see a Ninja Turtles movie where Raph calls Leo a fuckhead. I'm like, I would fucking see that fucking I don't know how many times in the theaters. But like, wait, here it comes, here it comes. You are such a fuckhead. There it is.
A rated R Turtles movie.
Exactly, that's what I wanted. I was like, an R-rated Ninja Turtles movie.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of the problem with that is that like the Ninja Turtles have been associated with kids for such a long time that it's hard to remove that. So to say you want to make a movie in which they swear and shit like that,
Well, and you can get away with one F-bomb and still have it be like PG-13.
That's true. Because I remember when when that first Turtles movie came out and Raphael said "damn" and that was kind of a big deal.
Yeah, Mikey said it too.
Mikey said "damn"?
Yeah, remember they're watching the Aesop's Fable cartoons from I think it was Rocky and Bullwinkle. And they're showing the tortoise and the hare. He's like, "Come on, ninja kick the damn rabbit!"
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Besides, Raph said it twice.
He did?
Yeah.
I remember once.
Yeah, like screaming from the after he's chasing Casey Jones, right? It's probably the one that you remember.
Yeah, yeah.
And then there's one like right in the beginning, like as they're walking through the sewer after that fight with the people that mugged April. And he just looks down on the one side. He's like, "Damn!"
Oh yeah,
There we go. And say, man,
motherfucker.
yeah, I know my shit.
You have way too much time to be watching these movies, sir.
Honestly, dude, I haven't even watched the first movie in probably about a year or two.
I haven't watched the first movie in Jesus, I don't even know when.
Yeah, 'cause it's been a while for you.
Yeah, it has been.
Oh man.
But it's definitely my favorite of the Turtles representation
Well, yeah, because I mean excuse me,
cartoon. But second favorite, like if you're gonna talk big screen, it would be the first movie.
well, yeah, the first movie was fucking awesome. Like, if you're talking about movies, that first movie is fucking awesome. The only problem I really have with it, like looking back on it now, the ending is just so fucking anticlimactic.
What do you mean, like after they throw him off the roof?
Well, no, they set up for this big fucking huge battle, Splinter versus Shredder, and you're expecting like, oh man, this is gonna be like fucking Darth Vader versus Obi-Wan Kenobi, and what is it? He just charges at him with a spear, fucking gets the nunchucks wrapped around it, and there he goes into the fucking the garbage truck.
Yeah.
It's like to me, it was like, standing in front of a hot chick, and she's like, "Are you ready to fuck?" And I'm just like, I'm done. I'm just like, it's like, I understand they wanted to keep it, to like an hour and a half, but like, extend it a little bit more.
That would have been kind of interesting, I suppose, to see a more intense Splinter versus Shredder battle.
Yeah.
A really cool way to go would be kind of like what you did and kill off Splinter. Like have Shredder kill Splinter, and then the Turtles have to come back and beat Shredder because Splinter's dead.
Well, yeah.
Because honestly, in a way, like having Splinter take out Shredder like that kind of nullifies the Turtles in a way. Because it's sort of like they fought this far and this hard to get to where they are. And if fucking Splinter could have beat him the whole time, like, why don't they just go back to watching cartoons, eating pizza and shit, and fucking let Splinter take care of it?
Yeah, and I mean, not only that, but like the Turtles defeated Shredder in the first comic book, and fucking spoiler, it appears that they kill him. Like he's the Turtles are giving him one of Leonardo's swords, saying, the only honorable way for you to die now is to commit suicide, blah blah blah. He's like, bullshit, I'm taking you guys with me. He's got a grenade in his hand. Fucking Donatello throws his staff, hits him in the face, knocks him off the building. Boom, there we go.
Mm.
And, they beat Shredder because it was 4-on-1, and they used that fucking advantage to take him down. Whereas in the first movie, they're like, oh, let's go on 1-on-1, which is like... They did the same thing the foot soldiers did. Like, they ambushed the Turtles in the sewers, like, let's get them. And ultimately, it's just like, there's like 6 guys surrounding the Turtles. It's like, let's get them one at a time.
Yeah. Let's take our turn.
Yeah, and the Turtles like, hey, that didn't work for them, but maybe it'll work for us. And it's like, come on, guys, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing?
Cut that horse shit. So yeah, that would have been a more interesting.
It would have been.
Take. Also, just didn't need that whole Danny storyline.
Yeah.
Like, that whole thing could have just snip, cutting room floor, man.
Yeah, and
Tell the turtle story. Who gives a fuck about them?
Yeah, and like I get you have to have that human interest story, which is fucking bullshit to begin with.
I agree.
You're gonna make a Turtles movie, like, keep it on the fucking Turtles. That's
yeah. That's what it's about, man.
Yeah, like that would be like if you paid to go see.
It's not called fucking Danny the Foot Soldier who becomes friends with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Exactly. That would be like if you went to go see, let's say, like, Aerosmith, and you pay a good amount of money to go see Aerosmith. You want to see Aerosmith for like the hour and a half or whatever the fuck they play. And you get there and you find out it's going to be a 2-hour concert. Like, hey, this is going to be fucking great. This is going to be awesome. And then for the first hour and a half, it's some local band that you've never heard of, and they suck.
Yeah.
That to me, that's what it was like. And it's...
I mean, I don't know. I liked the first movie, but then again, like, as far as comparing to the others, it really, you can't. Like, the others just suck so bad.
Well, the fucking uppity parents got involved in Ninja Turtles too, so...
Yeah, like the fact that there's no weapons, the fact that like they all of a sudden are not using characters from the comics or the TV show. Like they're just making them up. Fucking Vanilla Ice is in there for no good reason.
Yeah,
Fucking
which
Kevin Nash is playing Shredder.
let's not forget that one.
Jesus. So yeah, I could have done without that one.
I mean, not only that, but like number two's ending was kind of bullshit as well. Because like, here's a guy, he gets crushed by a fucking garbage truck, and then he comes back from that. Then he takes all this fucking mutagen, so he's like a jacked up fucking jerk off asshole. And he gets taken out by a falling duck, and he's just like, you can bust through the goddamn thing, and it's like he busts through it with one hand, and then and like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like the turtles didn't even fight him. It was just like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Like,
two movies in a row they beat Shredder without actually beating him.
well, the first one they at least fought him, so I can't take away from that. But
Not a single punch thrown.
I know it was like Superman Returns.
It was.
Yeah, it was. That's fucking bullshit, man. I'm a Superman fan. That movie was fucking fucking Bryan Singer.
But to me, it's sort of like, they're every sort of like series like that, like Ninja Turtles or Superman or whatever, they all have that like in your mind, there's one signature. Like in my mind, there's one Batman, Michael Keaton. I think everybody kind of has that sort of thing for their particular series.
In a sense, I kind of get that because, like, okay, you grew up with Michael Keaton as Batman.
Mm-hmm.
To me though, like, he kind of got blown out by Christian Bale.
Really?
I thought Christian Bale did the better performance.
Even with the cold voice?
Even with the cold voice, like, I understood why he did it. I didn't say it was a good voice, but I understood why he did it.
Yeah.
Whereas Michael Keaton was just like, I'm Bruce Wayne. Now I'm Batman. It's like...
True.
You figure a guy that's in the public as much as Bruce Wayne is, somebody's going to be like, well, you sound like Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne would have the money to have all these fucking toys.
Yeah, I mean, that is kind of the suspension of disbelief, though, of the whole canon, because it's sort of like the whole Superman thing, He puts on a pair of glasses, no one knows who he is. He never changes his voice.
Right, but in the comics, it was kind of explained, I think, once, but...
Didn't they say, like, it was something with his glasses or something?
Like, he apparently has this, like, hypnosis power that's kind of weak. Like, he has his glasses off and, like, it's almost not even there, but, like, he puts on his glasses, and like the glass in his glasses was made from the glass that was on his ship that brought him to Earth. So that amplifies it. So he's walking around, and he convinces people, like, he hypnotizes them, saying like, "Look, I'm not Superman."
See, that's one thing that always bothered me about Superman is that like they always are introducing these new artifacts from his home planet that suddenly resurface, or like they're suddenly giving him new powers.
Yeah,
like,
that was especially
at least
like
when Batman gets new shit, it's explained that like it's invented or some shit. It's not just like, oh yeah, we forgot we still had this piece of glass laying around from a planet that exploded 20 fucking years ago.
Yeah, and like I kind of get that because, like, okay, back in the early days of Superman, like, he could make up new fucking powers on the fly, like he could stretch his face out and become somebody new, or
he could shit blue
faster than a shitting bullet. But yeah, I kind of get that, and I was like, yeah, you know what, that's like bullshit, because the guy's just like, well, no, I have this power now, and. I mean, back in those days as well, like back in like 50s and 60s, like Superman could get around kryptonite. Like if he, was far enough away where he wasn't affected by it, he'd use his heat beams and fucking melt it, and it would just nullify the damn thing. I'm like, well, why can't he do that now?
Yeah, seriously.
Fucking.
That was my uncle's beef with the whole like Star Wars thing is how. Like, if you watch the original trilogy and then you watch the movies after it, he's like, well, if those movies are supposed to take place before the other ones, like, why does everything look, like, newer and better in the new movies than it did in the other? Like, why do the spaceships look shinier and, like, sleeker and shit like that? Like
Yeah.
we know, I know it's because like we have the technology to make them look like that now, but think about the fact that it's supposed to